T-Series has some clear advantages when it comes to subscriber accumulation. We have to be realistic if we want PewDiePie to stand a chance against an enemy that is becoming more powerful by the second. While Pew still clings to YouTube's Iron Throne, T-Series has besieged the palace and is currently battering down the door. Stay tuned until the end to see what the impending India-Pakistan war has to do with T-Series versus PewDiePie. Before we get your blood boiling, subscribe to The Riches so you can support honest reporting even if you don't agree with it. Now here are 10 honest reasons why PewDiePie will not beat T-Series. The first advantage that T-Series has over PewDiePie is demographic diversity. T-Series, being a non-specific music and movie company, attracts viewers of all ages, whereas PewDiePie's fans are called the 9-year-old army for a reason. While this name is a derogatory misnomer, it does address the fact that many of Pew's fans are quite young, but most aren't as young as 9. In June 2018, the General tried to refute the existence of his alleged army by releasing the age analytics for his YouTube channel. According to the data, the largest percentage of Pew's viewers is comprised of people between 18 and 24 years old. This age bracket accounts for 44% of his channel's viewership. In second place, making up 28% of viewership, are fans in the 25 to 34 age range. Third place is the 13 to 17 bracket, which accounts for 11% of Pew's views. Unfortunately, there is no bracket for viewers under 13, since YouTube does not officially allow anyone under 13 to become a subscriber. So Pew may indeed have a legion of 9-year-old fans, but they're masquerading as older people. However, it's the bona fide older people that may hold the key to victory in the Great Subscriber War. The data is clear. After age 34, people are much less interested in PewDiePie. The massive age range of 35 to 65 plus accounts for only 17% of his views. In fact, only 1% of Pew's viewers are between 55 and 64 years old. So unless Pew's 9-year-old army morphs into a 65-year-old army, T-Series seniors could make all the difference. But perhaps we're putting too much emphasis on demographics. After all, YouTube's resident senior population is a small minority of users, 3% to be exact. But one thing that is impossible to overemphasize is T-Series' unprecedented surge. No channel has risen in popularity as quickly and forcefully as T-Series has over the past year and a half. From January 2018 to January 2019, T-Series subscriber count increased from 30 to 80 million. While PewDiePie was attracting a respectable 20,000 subscribers a day, T-Series was gaining 200,000. In comparing the two channels' respective trajectories, every impartial viewer concluded that it's a matter of time before T-Series surpasses PewDiePie. This dire projection is what mobilized Pew's fans to stage the biggest subscriber soliciting campaign in YouTube history. They've served as valuable reinforcements in the war against T-Series. But alas, it is a defensive war. Pew's reinforcements are holding the gate as T-Series unleashes blow after blow upon the weakening lumber. T-Series has even entered the castle, becoming briefly the top YouTuber in the world before being driven out again and again by the bro army. It's worth asking how long they can keep this up for. Knowing the relentlessness of Pew's fans forever is not an impossibility. It also doesn't help the bro army that T-Series hails from one of the largest and fastest growing countries in the world. India boasts more than 1.3 billion people, second only to China. And at the rated subscriber count, population is growing, India is expected to be the most populous country in the world by 2024. Considering that T-Series is India's biggest music company, each Indian baby born every second could grow up to be a T-Series subscriber. In essence, T-Series has an ever-growing growing crop of reinforcements in the Great Subscriber War. This is a lot for the bro army to deal with. While PewDiePie has achieved international fame, garnering millions of subscribers from hundreds of countries, he doesn't have as large or as reliable a subscriber base as T-Series has with India. Pewds comes from Sweden, whose population is 0.7% the size of India. Even Pewds' most supportive country, the United States, has only a quarter of India's population. Pewds is at a geographic disadvantage every way you swing it and has left his subscribers fighting an endlessly respawning enemy. And the enemy is finding support from the top. While everyone knows PewDiePie's thoughts on the subscriber war, the T-Series commanders have thus far remained ambivalent, at least publicly. T-Series CEO Bhushan Kumar has been maintaining the high road, dismissing the competition outright and expressing disbelief that PewDiePie's fans could be so obsessed with subscriber counts until March 6, 2019, when Kumar officially joined the battle. In a video released on T-Series' Twitter account, Kumar announced that the fight against Pewds is a historic movement. He then urged people to come together and subscribe to the T-Series YouTube channel and make India proud. Now that T-Series executives are pushing for more subscribers, the bro army will have to respond in a big
mushroom pepper steak, sulit rice bowl. All days the pan in burger patty, mushroom pepper sauce.
big way. Speaking of the high road, this is something that many PewDiePie fans have never traveled on. Don't get us wrong, some of the strategies employed by Pewds fans have been harmless and genius, like those of Mr. Beast for instance, but it's no secret that the members of the bro army are willing to cross the line of decency to protect their leader. We're talking about trolling and hacking. Since the battle began in late 2018, PewDiePie fans have relentlessly trolled T-Series and its followers on social media, and a couple of very clever trolls have hacked into hundreds of thousands of personal electronic devices, making them display or print out advertisements promoting Pewds and deriding T-Series. While we don't necessarily disagree with these tactics, and we even respect the hacking, since much of it was ethical infiltration meant to both promote PewDiePie and alert people to the existence of vulnerable software in their devices, they make outside observers sympathize with T-Series. This is why ethical warfare is so important. Too many questionable acts can sway public opinion from the right side to the wrong side. Who knows how many people have unsubscribed to Pewds and subscribed to T-Series after hearing about or being affected by such antics. If the bro army continues to antagonize, it might be the final nail in the coffin. If trolling and hacking sound bad, wait till you hear about what's next. PewDiePie fans who decide to target T-Series and its subscribers for their heritage are doing nothing to help Pewds' subscriber count or reputation, and there have been quite a few malefactors. Since T-Series is an Indian company with a majority Indian fan base, we don't have to explain the kinds of slurs and comments that have been typed by some of Pewds' more malevolent fans. Any outside observers seeing these attacks on social media will not join the bro army. Instead, they will support T-Series on principle and implicate Pewds for being offensive just because some of his fans are. We don't want to open that can of worms again. While it seems that most of the bro soldiers have received the no offensive comments memo, the damage is already done. Something that is not so much damaging to PewDiePie as it is degrading is his proximity to other successful YouTubers. Pewds is a big fish in an increasingly big pond. YouTubers are now celebrities with larger followings than many mainstream actors and comedians. PewDiePie was one of the first of this breed of entertainers to achieve tremendous success, but now you can choose from hundreds of successful YouTubers, all of whom scratch a different itch that you might not get from Pewds. Instead of or along with PewDiePie, you can follow Felipe Neto, Logan Paul, Ryan Higa, or any number of entertaining vloggers. Where else besides T-Series can you go for the best Bollywood music and movies? That's the kicker. T-Series has monopolized the Indian entertainment industry. It's India's biggest record label, having cornered 35% of the music market, and its YouTube market share is even larger. What does this mean for PewDiePie's subscriber count? Unless another Bollywood YouTube channel emerges to challenge T-Series, its popularity will continue to increase, at the same time as wacky YouTubers continue to arise and steal Pewds' subscribers. At this point, you must be wondering how an obscure Bollywood channel suddenly became popular enough to usurp PewDiePie, who has donned the YouTube subscriber crown for 5 years. The answer is that India just got affordable internet. This is a bit simplistic, but not too far from the truth. In September 2016, India got its first 4G network, which was supplied by the provider Reliance Jio. Jio offered very affordable data plans attracting 200 500 million new subscribers. Before then, India's internet was limited to offices, cafes, and rich people's homes and phones. But thanks to Jio's nationwide 4G network, Indians who could live in towns without electricity could now get the internet on their phones. India currently has 500 million internet users, which is the second largest online population in the world. China, of course, is first. But just like with the population situation, India is primed to surpass China for most internet users. Because although India has 500 million subscribers, this gigantic number makes up only 1/3 of the total population. In comparison, America's 285 million users account for 86% of the population. So India has a lot of room to grow, and is doing so. Thousands of people are being added to the wireless network every day. Considering that YouTube is the most popular non-search engine website in the country with the fastest rising population of internet users, and that T-Series is the most popular channel on the most popular non-search engine website in the country with the fastest rising population of internet users, how is PewDiePie expected to compete? Maybe Pewds can survive a bit longer by promoting a certain narrative, the individual versus the corporation. In internet culture, PewDiePie is seen as the lone underdog who worked his way to the top of YouTube with his own two hands and no one else's, while T-Series is viewed as the corporate entity using all of its power and resources to take the little guy out. But this isn't just how the bro army sees it. PewDiePie himself has framed the battle in such terms, as have many people in mainstream media. It's a narrative that is promulgated for much of this century by people who have lamented chains like Subway and Starbucks swallowing up the mom-and-pop delis and coffee shops. This is exactly what people have accused T-Series, a global multimedia corporation, of trying to do to PewDiePie. So the bro army's battle against T-Series is not only being waged for prestige and bragging rights, but is a political stand, a microcosm of a larger, more serious issue affecting society as a whole. Unfortunately, this narrative, while serving to legitimize the bro army's antics, has sealed PewDiePie's fate. For what individual has ever beaten a corporation? Corporations always win in the end. While it's been fun to talk about PewDiePie versus T-Series as if it were a war, there's a real war developing in T-Series' home country. India has been feuding with neighbor Pakistan since 1947, the year that Pakistan became an independent country. Several wars have been fought between the predominantly Hindu and predominantly Muslim countries over religion, land, and political autonomy. Spurred by an attack by a Pakistani organization that left 40 people fatally injured, both countries have mobilized for another war. India has stockpiled 750,000 assault rifles and rolled out its nuclear submarines, while Pakistan has threatened to respond aggressively to any attacks. This could mean the firing of 145 nuclear warheads. Other world superpowers have entered the fray, with America and France announcing their support for India, and China standing behind Pakistan. Thus, there is a final reason, a real reason, for Indians to subscribe en masse to T-Series, national pride. When the future of a country hangs in the balance, any small victory is a benefit to the collective psyche. For T-Series and the rest of India, this subscriber war is no longer about playfulness and irony, but patriotism and international domination. T-Series is nationalized. If this doesn't scare the bro army, we don't know what will. And that's all for 10 honest reasons why PewDiePie will not beat T-Series. Do you think Pewds still has a chance at victory? If you do, explain your reasoning in the comments below. We love civil debate. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to The Richest.